Hiya.
G'day.
Welcome to Cup of Tea and a Yarn. I'm Jill, Tea and a Yarn on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm Kylie. I'm Crafty Mama on Instagram and Ravelry.
And this is podcasting in the time of COVID.
Time of COVID, yeah.
I think I've just pinched what Love in the Time of Cholera's title and changed it.
Yeah, it's been almost 4 weeks since we last recorded.
Has it? I thought it was 3. Wow.
It had, yeah, because it was going to be 3 weeks on the weekend. It's nearly 4 weeks. So Jill was coming up for work this weekend just gone, and so we thought we would meet in the flesh, and so we would just put off the podcast for a week to push it out to 3 weeks. But unfortunately, I've been hit by the lurgy. It's not COVID. I have taken 4 rats in the last week.
Mm-hmm.
I've got all the symptoms, but
it's an old-fashioned bug.
Yeah, it's this old thing.
It's not the in one.
Cold.
It's not the in one. Yeah. It's not fashionable.
Yeah, so I've just been, but because we live in the time of COVID, if you get a cold, you stay home now.
Yeah.
And you don't.
And also, isn't it weird? So, because I was not very well at the beginning of last week, and I felt, because I also had to have my rat tests, and I had to have rat tests going into work, and because they were negative, it was like I shouldn't be sick.
Yeah.
I've got COVID. I'm not unwell.
Exactly.
It's a weird thing, but that was what I was telling myself. Not anyone else was telling me, but just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just got a good old-fashioned cold, and I've just had a lot of exhaustion. I've got a very sore throat, so if I'm not talking as loudly or as exuberantly as normal, that's why. I've had a sore throat for well over a week now.
You did have a 3-hour nap though today.
I did. So I actually physically went into work yesterday, and I got home and I slept for 2 hours on the couch when I got home. And was that yesterday? Yeah, that's what happened. And by mid-morning at work, I was already exhausted and struggling to stay awake. And so today I said to my boss, while I'm still getting better, I'll just do 1 day at home, 1 day at work. And today by 11, I was absolutely knackered. And I thought I actually couldn't keep my eyes open. You know that when you sit at the desk and you're, and so I thought I'll just lay down for half an hour, and then I woke up at 2 p.m. So I had a 3-hour sleep. And I'm still feeling tired. So look, you can see how tired I am.
Fighting something.
What are you talking to me?
Yeah. Fighting the bug.
Yep. Anyway, this is a knitting show, not a COVID show.
This is just me and you chatting about stuff, and we knit as well.
yeah, basically. Do you know what? Let's get it over and done with. All I've done in 3 and a bit weeks is 1 hat.
Really? Oh, I've done loads.
That's all I've finished. Oh no, I've done lots, but that's all I've finished. Okay.
Oh.
This
nice hat.
It's really nice. This is the Barley Light by Tin Can Knits. It's going to be for my daughter. But the reason I knit this was because I have a sweater's worth of this yarn, and I thought, I'm a swatch knitter. I could knit a hat instead of a swatch, and so I did. And so that was actually a really, really fun knit. So it's a free pattern. Essentially,
is it like half and half? Like it's got some pearly bits in there.
It's a third.
Oh.
So it's essentially divided into 3. You can see there that a third of it is garter and 2/3 is stockinette.
Oh, cool.
So it's quite neat because it's like it's 2 rounds. One round is knit, the other round is knit until you get to your marker, and then you purl, and then you keep knitting. So I thought that's the perfect swatch for a jumper.
That's cool.
Yeah. And gosh, I'm really happy with the fabric. But yeah, essentially what I did was I went looking for a free hat pattern that used, you know how in Ravelry you've got all the things you could filter by. I just put the needle size and the needle size and the yarn weight that my garment is going to be in, and that it popped up with this, and I was like, oh, that's actually on my to knit list. So yeah, really cool hat. My daughter's really happy with it. It's been blocked, so it's as it's going to be, and I think it probably needs a pom-pom. Yeah but yeah, she really loves it.
It's cool. Nice color.
So this yarn is Yarn Floozy. It's Savant is the, wait, is that the yarn or the, Savant is the yarn. It's a merino silk. So beautiful drape, as you can see. And the colorway is tourmaline. So it's hot pink and with bits of red through it.
Really pretty.
Yeah, very me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great, straight next to my skin, though, actually. That's okay. It's going to be a cardigan to go with like some dresses I've got.
Oh, you're talking about cardigan.
Did you finish a cardigan?
Finished cardigan.
That's your first cardigan.
It's my first finished cardigan.
Finished cardigan. Wait, and are you happy with it?
I am. I haven't.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been blocked, so it's still a bit curled on the edges, but it doesn't have buttons or anything. It's just it's more like almost bolero-ish. It just kind of hangs. I suppose it would come to about here if I pulled it.
Yep.
But, I have made Amber O'Brien's ochre cardigan.
Nice. Oh, that's beautiful.
Things on the bottom. There's a little lace on the bottom, lace on the sleeves. I did the sleeves a bit longer, so they're about to here.
Yep.
So not quite bracelet length, but not 3/4. So it's just kind of a in between. I don't know if there's a, probably looks like it's too short for me rather than a specific length. I quite like that length, yes.
Yep.
The yarn is a Hani Huli yarn, and it's a Silky Bar lamb.
Oh, beautiful.
The colour is a one of a kind that husband Paul had dyed, which I got 2 skeins of when I was in Dunedin at Unwind.
Yeah.
It's on quite large, and it's on 4mm needles. And I went with, and it said, like, I thought that's blah de blah. Start again. The silky stuff I thought would drape really nice, but I'm also aware that if it touches in certain places, you can see blobs, yeah. And I don't want brow blobs, so I held it and I made rather than go a smaller needle, I made the yarn fatter. So I held it with some of our friend Jenny's alpaca. That was a gift for me a few years ago, and it was a lace weight. So yeah, it's a little bit, you can see it's a little bit fluffy.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
And the colour's gorgeous. Like purples and turquoise and green and blue, all sorts of colour in there. Yeah, and I really like it.
It's really nice.
I can't wait for it to be cold enough to wear.
Well, I've been wearing cardigans in the mornings lately. It's been cold enough here in the morning.
Yeah, not yet. Oh, no, I was in Auckland. It wasn't cold.
Maybe it's because I'm sick.
Probably.
Because actually I came downstairs this morning and someone had left the back door open to allow a bit of airflow, and I'm down there going, it's so cold, and everyone else is like, no, it's not. Okay.
I think that's probably a little bit like how I was last week. It was I got having some fevers, hot and cold fevers. Anyway, my first ever cardigan. and I love it.
That's so cool. Because you've started several cardigans, haven't you?
I've done quite a lot of cardigans in that they've got a lot of them finished, even to get the sleeves on, and then I haven't liked how they've sat. I haven't liked how they've looked. Perhaps I've used the wrong yarn for them, or I picked the wrong style for me. But yeah. And let's say I've frogged a lot of cardigans.
You have frogged a lot of cardigans. That's fantastic. I'm so glad you finally got one. You've broken the curse.
I have, yes. And I quite enjoy doing it. There's a lot of purling.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's only taken me 3 weeks, so it's not too bad, I don't think. And I finished the sleeves, which was, a bonus. Considering a lot of things I do the body and then think, oh, sleeves. And listen, I
don't mind sleeves so much. Do you use the little shorties?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Around. Yeah, I do. So I was going to wash it, but I thought I'll wait until we talk, so because I want it to be wet. So I'll wash that tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, wash it tomorrow and make it nice, and I don't know. Some of the stitches just need to be,
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. I was like that with this hat. It was looking a bit, the stitches were not 100% what I'd like them to be, and you block it and look how beautiful it is. It's like perfect, so blocking is amazing. Or actually, I mean, I did I block that? Yes, I did. I put it on a balloon.
Yeah, cool.
Because I have children, I always have balloons. It's got to be a perk.
I've done it on a plate I think once.
Yeah. Do you get a line when you do it on a plate?
I don't think so. I don't know. I was up my gifts for last year for my friends. So I've cast on a few things as well.
Nice.
I did my other jersey that I'm making. That has been the
black one.
Yeah, has been.
Yep.
Oh no, my black one. That's I don't know where. I do know where that is.
It's in Devil's Corner.
It's with the sleeves. My one I'm making my hand spun with the hand spun.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I'm probably about ready to start the rib on the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I got a bit hot putting it on me, so I just popped that away.
Yep.
And I picked up some other things.
Yeah, I've cast on a couple of things. It's that crazy sock madness time of year now.
I was going to ask if you're doing sock madness again.
Do you know, I actually hummed and hawed about it this year because I've got lots of things I want to do, but I've decided I'll do the qualifier. It's actually not a pattern that I love, but I'm really enjoying doing it. So that's the main thing. So this is the first pattern.
I quite like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it cables?
Yes, it's fully cabled.
And the cables in a different colour? It's
2 colours, yeah.
Oh, God.
But it's not colour work. It's not colour work. It's all slip stitches. So it's called Angle Crystal, and it's by, I'm going to butcher this name, Kaya Gossens, Caia Gossens. She is on Ravelry. She's Lana Filia Designs, yeah. And it's actually the first sock she's done, I think. No, she doesn't say that. It's the first. I'll just read the little spiel she's got. She said, I love the Sock Madness knitting competition, which is run on the social media platform Ravelry each year, starting in March. You are encouraged to knit socks with speed and accuracy, but I never thought of designing a pattern myself until one of my fellow test knitters and friend Angel Crystal, which is German for crystal angel, told me that she thought I could do so. So here it is, my pattern for Sock Madness number 16 in 2022, dedicated to Angel Crystal.
Oh.
Also, the pattern reminds me of crystal structures, so the name is fitting. So I'm going to knit it for my son because he needs new socks. I also have a very secret, not so secret ulterior motive for knitting.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Crazy. So my secret motive is that because he's growing, he's 12 right now, his feet are the same size as mine.
Oh. And then when he grows out of them, you can have them?
Next year, his feet will be bigger than mine. But anyway, he's chosen the colors. So yeah,
that's cool.
It's really cool. Actually, I should have brought my blocker to stretch it out a bit and show you. But anyway, it's in, I'm using Sock Bandit.
Okay.
Which is an outlaw yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to say, I turned the heel yesterday and this is my favorite part. Doesn't that look so cool?
It does, yeah.
Just that striping. And I'm like, I think I might have to knit some socks just like that. I think they're fantastic. But anyway, I mean, this is a piece of art. Let's be honest. It's amazing. It's a fully twisted rib cuff as well. So it's kind of going on a diagonal because of all the twisted ribbing. It's quite interesting.
So is that the back?
That is the back, yeah, and that's the front.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. So
I've turned the heel and I'm on the what do you call that? Gusset decrease, and look at the foot.
Oh, that's cool.
So cool. So while this is very testing and trying, and it took me until about here to get into the rhythm of it, so it took a lot of time to get into the rhythm. I'm actually really enjoying the simplicity of the underneath and the back, and yeah, I think you just find beauty wherever you do. But I'm also knitting them fraternal, so I actually started knitting them 2 at a time, and that was driving me absolutely balmy. So yeah, so they're going to be a fraternal pair. So blue is the main color on one sock, and green is the main color on the other sock. So quite a cool little sock set, I think.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, so that's been taking up my time this week. Before that started, this has all just come off. This is the only problem with knitting from these, that you end up, yeah, anyway. So these are quite neat for sock color work, because you can actually knit a whole pair with one of each color. Not in this case because cabling takes up more yarn, so I need like 60 grams of the main color.
Right.
Actually probably could have done it because they're fraternal, but anyway, if you're just doing normal color work, they're a 50-gram ball, and so you just grab one of each, as opposed to buying 200-gram skeins for one pair of socks. Oh, and I have to say something else with that. I've finally come over with the higher flyers.
Oh, and how
I've been using them because normally when I knit, I've gone back to DPNs for the foot because I can. But normally when I knit, I divide 1/2 of the sock, but because it's fully patterned on both sides, it wasn't practical for me to divide them. So I've been knitting on the higher flyers, and they've been fantastic. So there you go. I've finally found a use for them. And I have gotten used to it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Do you want to talk about one of your cast-ons? I'm going to have to take talking breaks.
Sure. My cast-ons, I have cast on the Hipster Light shawl from Hohi Locatelli.
Nice.
And I don't know what this, I've lost the little band from this yarn, but it's really pretty. It's got little flecks in.
It's a Tweedy yarn.
Yeah. And I think I
Nice.
got it at Woolfest. So it's probably some fabulous dyer who from New Zealand who I've now lost the wool band and can't go, woohoo, it's fabulous, gorgeous yarn. So I did go up to the first, I've gone up to here with the pattern, then can't be bothered. So I'm just making my own pattern up now. So I'm just doing another row of that, which wasn't in that thing. So I like the crisscrossing. There's a textured band, which it didn't really show very well.
Oh, okay. Because of the yarn choice, possibly.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
But the crisscrossy bit does show very well. So I just carry on with the crisscrossing.
That crisscrossy bit was in my Stephen West shawl last year, the last mystery knit along. It's so cool. It
is cool.
It's quite trying to do. Like, it's not an easy stitch. It's not difficult. It's just
when you miss a bit, or
a bit hard to fix.
I think that one's not quite in the right place. Pick that one up wrong. It's all right. Well, there's I don't know. They'll be fine.
So it's a tricky pattern, but it looks so good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I quite liked how whatever I've done with my making up bit, they've stacked on top of each other, so it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I'm just doing that at the moment. I promised a friend a jersey, and she asked me if I would knit her a jersey, and I said yes. And then I've had, I'm not that good. I mean, I frog more than I knit, really, because I don't swatch and I don't know how big things are, and she's not the same size as me, so for her to spend money on yarn and me stuff it up for her. So instead I'm doing this for her, and I'll send her a little note and a card and saying, sorry, I know I said, however, these are my reasons why. Have this. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I think I'll just remember that for next time, not to not to say I will knit somebody a jersey.
Yeah, and just say, hey, I'd love to knit you a shawl or a pair of socks.
A pair of socks.
A hat. Yeah. Or a whole, all three.
Yeah, all three, but not a jersey. Not something that has to fit properly.
Yep. Yep. So another one of my cast-ons, we'll just take turns.
Okay.
We'll do the take turns thing this week.
Yeah.
I'm started a scrappy basket.
Oh, you were talking about that. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to show
you. Are you crocheting?
It's crocheted.
Yeah.
It's on a 9mm crochet hook.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just using scraps. Look, it could be a.
Uh-huh. How many are you holding together?
So the pattern. So the pattern is by mypoppet.com.au. It's a free pattern on mypoppet.com.au by Cynthia Gonzalez. She must be Aussie if it's .com.au. So the pattern actually gives you really good instructions as to like mixing and marling different weights. So I've gone with 3 strands of fingering and 3 strands of DK. So I've got 1 strand of ugly, sparkly spotlight yarn that cost me 75 cents a ball. And I got really excited and bought every single color. But it's making this look fabulous. Perfect application. So I've got 1 strand of that, and I actually just picked 3 fingering skeins from my stash and that I don't like anymore, and just caked them up, and I'm using them. And I've stalled because I'm nearly at the end of a couple. This one I actually knit a vivid square in, and I want to do the same for this one too. So I've stopped because I don't want to run out. And I want to use up every last scrap of these yarns. And I've got a Nana Cindy.
Nice.
It's called Ouch, as in Ouch bubblegum.
Oh, ouch, it hurts my eyes.
No, this was part of her 90s release, nostalgia release. And it was a fabulous release because it came with like butterfly clips in my order and stuff like that. It really took me back, this release. It was great. And I'm using some, I did use some DK from my stash, but I've got this, I don't know what brand it was, but it came in a yarn swap many years ago from someone in America, and it was a jar full of minis, DK minis, and I've never found a use for it. I'm sure I could use them for like amigurumi or something like that, but I just thought it's sitting there and I've wanted to use the jar to put just bits and pieces into, so I thought I'll just use all that up. So I sat and wound them into balls. But yeah, it's just going to become it's a scrap basket for my scrappy knitting projects.
Cool.
So
how big are you going?
I will go it'll probably be twice that height with handles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably do about that much more and then add the handles. Yeah. But the kids have been eyeing it off, I can tell you.
So there may be more of those in your future.
I see many more of these in my future. It's actually, I mentioned to my husband, I said, this would actually, if I made it really tall, it could be a really cool laundry basket.
I was thinking that exact same thing. It's like, that's what we need at the moment, a new laundry.
Yeah. Yeah. And but that got canned. He was just like, no, I don't want that as our laundry basket. Okay, I can respect that. Despite the fact that our current laundry basket is falling apart. So yeah, that's that.
It's cool.
Your next cast on? We've had cast on-itis, haven't we?
Well, kind of.
Is this a whip?
It's a scrappy one too.
Yeah, nice.
I've started the scrappy triangle, the steep and west one.
Nice.
And I'm not following his colours or anything. I'm just doing my own thing. And this is where I'm at so far. I've got one that's like one ball of mostly grey, and if they're not exactly the same, they're similar, which I'm doing every other row in, and the other rows are just random bits that I've got left.
I love it.
I quite like it too.
Are you like fully using up all of your leftovers, or are you just doing it until you want to stop?
No, I'm doing it till there's none left.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's why there's more of some than others. Like this
yeah.
I did happen to have a little ball of that and then a bigger ball left over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same yarn there twice, but different balls.
That's nice though.
Yeah, quite like it. I love this bit in the middle that he does.
Is that like a massive loop where you yarn over like 14 times?
Yeah, eight times.
8 times, okay.
And knit yarn over 8 times. I really like how it shows, and then it's got this really big wavy bit at the bottom on the pattern. I've got
that'll be really cool.
Other colours for that. Let's see what I've got. So you've just got lots of lots of little pieces, just randoms. And that's what as my other cast on.
Nice. So this has been, I'm not sure if I've showed this one yet.
I've seen it on your Instagram.
Yeah, it's been on Instagram, but this is Northeasterly, it's called. I've
started that one too.
You have?
At some point. It's in,
at some point.
in my I've got an ottoman, like, is that what you call it, where you put your feet on? What do you call it?
Yeah, ottoman. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a puff that's an take the top off one. All of my scrap bits live, and so I've got one of those. I've got a couple of crochet blankets. I've got a knitted mitre square blanket, and that's all in there.
That's awesome. So I'm doing a similar thing. This is with my very last bits is going into this. I did start it in fingering weight, and I did sort of that much in this color, and it took me forever. And I was just like, this is not going to happen. And I ripped it back, and I never rip back. So
Right.
I was like, and the only reason I did that was because I love this yarn. It's just so pretty. I don't even know what it is. It was from a scrappy pack I got from Little Woolly Makes in Hastings. She's actually doing scrappy packs every month now. You can go on and buy. I think it's a brilliant business idea. I think they're $50-$60 for like 150 grams of minis.
What's this?
And this is Little Woolly Makes. She's in Melbourne. But you can she'll ship to New Zealand. Let me know if you're ordering, because I'll add on. Because shipping from Australia is really expensive, right? It's you've got to combine it with someone else. Anyway, so I tore it back, and I did it in double, and it knitted up so quickly. Like, seriously, I replaced that section in under an hour, and I was like, this is it. This is my thing. So now I'm knitting it in double, and it's eating up yarn really quickly. I've only done one strip, but I'm already ready to start thinking about adding on to the next strip, So you actually pick up and knit as you go. And because you can just leave the stitches live. So I could leave it like that, or just put it on a scrappy bit of yarn.
Are you going to have the arrows going up your blanket or across your blanket?
I haven't thought about it, but they'll all go the same direction. I'm not going to go the opposite direction. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, it'll all go probably up. Yeah. So I'm really happy with that. So I might even again take a little bit of this and put it on there, you know, and because I thought I'd show you my Vivid blanket today. This is my Vivid blanket box. This is a little box my mother-in-law gave me years and years ago, and it's so sweet. And it's 7 inches, which is how big my Vivid squares are. Actually 8 inches. Sorry, I lie. So these are all my Vivid squares. I've been reblocking them in the last couple of weeks because I have these mats that I block them on. This is from scrapbooking, actually. And they've got the inches on them. So I've been blocking them on these for years. And I suddenly realized that I didn't know whether I was blocking them 6 inches or 7 inches. And I hadn't written it on Ravelry. Now that is definitely a 6-inch square, not a 7-inch square, because they shrink back after they've been blocked. So I'm going through and reblocking all of them. But these are my reblocked ones so far. It looks like a lot.
They're blocking to 7 inches.
7 inches, yeah. It looks like a lot, but that's only 20. It's only like this much. So these are the ones I've done in the last little bit. That's
nice.
One of my favorites. That's called Glow Bowling.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And then that was the one from my scrappy blanket. But it's actually a really pretty yarn, but it's just not me. And these two are more me. Yeah. So the idea is I finish a project, and if it's less than sort of 30 grams, I do a Vivid square, because that takes up about 10 grams. Then I chuck it in that scrappy pile for that one.
Yep. I've done something similar in that I weighed my leftovers out, and I've got a I can take 10, I think it's 5 or 10 grams, and I'm doing 10 grams does 2 of my baby crochet squares.
Nice.
And then the rest goes into scrappy other stuff.
Yeah, I think I need to start making up a oh god, I've got a magic ball as well.
Yeah.
And then I could use my magic balls in this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I quite like a magic ball, as long as you don't mind if you're making something, have it change color halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't worry me.
I didn't do magic ball for my scrappy shawl because I didn't want it to change color halfway. I wanted a whole, and I don't know why, but I decided that's what I wanted. It's a whole stripe.
Yeah.
Color.
No, I think that sort of thing does look better without with the solid stripes. Yeah. Is there anything else you're working on?
Well, I did cast on a flax light this morning for a friend's child, but my needle broke.
Oh.
Wooden, what are those wooden ones called? Addy? Is it the Addy ones? No. What are the wooden ones called?
They're all different brands.
Well, with the pretty colours through.
Oh yeah, they're Knit Pro ones.
Knit Pro ones, yeah. So the point sliced off. So yeah, so it somehow it chipped, and I was like trying to stop it from chipping because it was catching on my stitches, and I must have gone like that, and then the whole bit of wood fell off.
Oh.
Yeah, and all my stitches got funny. So yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
And I did pop it out earlier and just get a new needle, a metal one. So
good plan. You can't splint a metal needle.
I think I'd picked the wrong size. I think I put it on 275, and in my rush earlier, I thought, I'll go do this, because it's my weekend day, so getting my wools done, run into the wool shop, and I think I got a 2.25 instead of 2.75. But there you go.
Dang. Will they exchange it for you?
That's right, I'll use it. No, I'm using the right size for the pattern, which means it's going to be too big anyway. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to go 2.25. And
okay.
It's 275 and 375, I think. So if I go 225 and then 325.
325, yeah.
Then it's probably about right for me and my looseness.
Because you're a loose knitter, yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing I've been working on until the Sock Madness thing started, I picked this up again. My arena.
Yeah.
And I'm nearly finished the color work.
Oh, cool.
Section. But
I've been shopping. I've been Pinterest, Ravelry, and I've been looking so much at everything I want to do. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Because once I get it to the body section, it's just knit, and I really need a knit project right now.
I started some socks, which out of the honey fooly sparkly socks we got, the purpley sparkly we got for Christmas, and it was very pretty, and it had a little lace thing, and I got it from the 52 weeks of socks.
Yep.
I did about this much, and I got bored.
Oh.
So I frogged that. But well, if I can't even get through one sock.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you get bored of following patterns?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It's the same over and over again. Oh, that was quite good for this bit, just had the bit at the end.
Yeah.
My sister said, oh, you can, I'd like one of those, but I'd like it all like this.
Oh.
Well, I'm not making that.
Yeah. Did you say, I'll teach you how to knit?
That bitch took as long as the whole sleeve.
Yeah. See, I'm a bit the same. I quite like that bit. I'm kind of the opposite, rather. I like the following the pattern bit, and it's where I'm just going round and round and round that I often get stuck. But I've gotten stuck on that that color work, which is not me. I'm just not myself at the moment in terms of knitting, which is why I think I've gone to my scrappy stuff, because it's like I need that dopamine hit with the colors.
But then you did that fabulous sock with the different colors and the pattern.
Oh yeah, but I'm on a deadline. See, I can work well under a deadline.
The Missouri one.
Missouri, yeah.
Missouri. Is that a winter top or a summer top, do you think?
It's a summer top, yeah. So it's actually it's 4-ply.
Yeah.
And that's the length of the sleeve. So it's only like 2 inches past the not even 2 inches before you go into this thing. And it's got 2 options for the body. Without giving away too much secret sauce, it is a paid for pattern. Just have to be careful how I show this. So you can do it with yarn overs.
Okay, yeah.
Body. You can do that with yarn overs, but the main pattern is just got like a pearl patterning.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will probably do that. I know if it was you would just do it plain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying about, like, I need a little bit of interest to keep me going. So I had actually told myself I was just going to do it plain, but I've really been thinking about how I work and what I need to get me through a project, and I need that sort of thing to get me through a project. So I'm going to add some texture.
I quite like colour work. And I'm thinking about doing a whole colour work jersey at the moment, because I think that's got like sections.
Yeah.
Which is I can do that.
Yeah.
It's, the sock
so
thing
this is a similar thing.
Same thing the whole time.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is boring. But I think if it's like some of this and some of this and some of this and some, then I could do that.
It's like chunking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this pearl with the pearl dots, it's a 10 rows repeat, but it's like pearl dots here and then pearl dots here. So it's 3 rows of plain and then 2 rows with the pearl. So that's kind of chunking, because I work well with chunking too. I know exactly what you mean. So I'll be like, okay, I do 3 rows and then I'll do 2 rows of the pearl, and it's chunking. Chunking is really
I can do chunking.
I think most people work very well with chunking. It's a psychological trick.
Yeah. So yes, I am thinking about full colour work at the moment.
Yeah.
I've got a few that I've got like that. I like that.
Like a Kate Davies one, or
yeah. I've seen a few that one of them, I can't, my phone's over there. One of them is, nobody's made it that I can see, but it's and it's a lady who she's got a few patterns on Ravelry. And she's done this one, and it's like a 70s jersey, and it's brown. It's like kind of goldy with yellow daisies on it.
Oh,
so gorgeous! I love it so much.
Have you seen the Embers jumper?
What's that one? I don't think so.
Embers. That's on my to-do list, and it's full color work, but it's like sections of color work, then sections of plain, sections of color work, sections of plain. So it is that chunking. And it's not Yarn Floozy, the other one. I'm trying to think of her name. The dyer. She has the silk dyes, silk wools, and not Honey Hooley's. Anyway, she's knitted, and it's beautiful. So that's another one to think about. But it's a more contemporary knit. So if you're thinking about a more traditional almost like a Scandinavian sort of design. That's not what you're after.
I don't really know what I'm thinking. I kind of have a few ideas in my head. One of them, I'd like it to be a raglan and this bit's the colour work and this bit's plain.
Ooh.
Or something. Yeah. Yeah. It might be a mashup.
Yeah. You might like to think about doing it in pieces and stitching it together.
Yeah. But then that means purling.
It does.
Yeah. And purling colour work. I don't know.
You can do it.
I don't know if I want to take that on.
Fair enough. I'm with you there. Even like the traditional like cardigans, the Scandinavian type cardigans,
They stick them a lot,
knit in the round and staked. Yeah.
So maybe I'll do one of those. Maybe I'll try that and do some steeking. Maybe that's since my cardigan was such a good thing, maybe I'll do a colour work cardigan. Ooh. Steeking.
You can do it.
My other finished things, I've done some spinning.
Oh, very good. Show me.
I haven't cast on anything else yet. So have you cast on anything else?
No, that's enough, surely.
Yes. I've done my pink. It's still on the bobbin, but I've plied it. It's there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I just did a Navajo ply. What do you call that? Chain ply. Yeah, so chain plied it. So nice. I don't know quite how much it is. It's probably around about a DK, maybe a 5 sport to DK, which is usually about sport. My chain plied, yeah. So I've done that, and then I've made this one. So I did.
Oh yes, beautiful.
I got some threads from Anna Grattan. So I've got core spin. So I core spun and then I spiral plied my core spun. So yeah, and this is some merino silk which I got when I was in Nelson.
That's so gorgeous. You're so clever with
kind of purpley and things. Yeah, I was thinking, because it's kind of the similar colors to my jersey I'm making at the moment, I was thinking, you know how I did the collar, I could chop the collar off. I could do the collar out of this and the bottom out of it. And the edges, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So they actually use it rather than just, oh, pretty. Or think about weaving with it, which is the other thing I might do. But you could knit it on some patterns.
Yeah, you might have to knit a little sample and see.
So that's my idea anyway. Go up
I like it.
Fat needles, maybe not rib, but maybe just garter.
Yep.
For my bottom of my jersey, and then I might redo the collar that way as well.
Cool.
That's all my makes. And I've got some red on the spinning wheel as well. So it's like, oh, I was into spinning.
Oh, very good. I'm still not spinning. I just, with my injured back and my injured foot, and God, I'm walking wounded at the moment. My husband often tells me that he should just take me out the back and shoot me.
Lovely.
In the nicest possible way. Said, oh, well, there's nothing for it. We'll take you out the back. Yeah. And did you happen to do any shopping while you were in Auckland?
I did. So I have to say, I will preface this with, I was working 8 till 6 with like a 10-15 minute lunch break, so I didn't really have time. Yarn shops aren't open before 8 or after 6. However, on Monday, one of my little jobs I had to do for work was pop to Spotlight for some things. And when I'm in work, I'm at Mount Wellington, which meant going past Ribbon Rose. I thought, well, could be afternoon tea time. So I stopped in. And I bought some things.
It's a great shop, Ribbon Rose.
It is. I bought this because why would you not buy it?
They are fabulous, aren't they?
Well, I know. There was this. I did think it was a daft amount of money.
Yes.
This, but I just, I was there. It was in the moment.
So Knit and Stitch has them as well, and they're all hung up, and they've got them so that they gradiate. So you can actually buy one of everything and have a massive long gradient.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. The shocker wool ones, they're, I've read that they must be full ply. I'm imagining they're sock yarn, but I don't know.
They're essentially just the sock yarn like what's in the Zaba ball, but split into balls.
I kind of thought that.
So you can change it whenever you want.
Yes. So I thought, excellent. So I bought one of those because I wanted it.
You could do a pair of gradient socks.
Yes, or stripy in weird ways.
In the opposite direction.
Yeah. I was thinking, how could I mix it up a bit?
The
solids for the heels and toes.
That could be really fun.
Another thing that they had was they've got this new Broadway yarn. Have you seen this?
Oh yes.
Yeah. I don't know really where it's from. I don't know much about it. At the yarn shop I just popped to get my new needle. They had it as well. It's a merino and nylon sock. It's trendytrims.co.nz is distributing it, but they had quite a lot of it. They had DK and they had sock yarn. The lady had knitted something with it. She was super soft. It's really soft. So I got some soft yarn, and I quite liked these colours.
They're very oceany, sort of the ocean and the sand and
kind of rusty and
there's a bit of our New Zealand iron sands as well.
Yeah, actually it could be black, could be iron sand gone rusty in the sea.
Yeah.
I don't think it's got a colour or anything. Oh yes,
just a number.
Autumn days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I bought some of that because it's new. Why not? And I bought some of this too.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. So some fingering. What you call those people? Malabrigo. Yeah. And it is.
They're a good workhouse yarn.
Yeah.
Workhorse.
Superwash merino. And I liked these colours. I thought I had something similar that would go with quite nicely, which they haven't graduated into the yarn room yet, so I haven't seen if my memory was right or not. But either way, I quite like the colours. So it's nice purpley, bluey, green.
Yeah, really nice.
I also bought online. I bought some tickets for a raffle that's happening where the money is going to the Red Cross.
Yep. Was that with a little acorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought some tickets for that too.
Yeah. And I also bought it might be Narrative Yarns was doing some yellow yarns, and she was yellow with a bit of black in. All of the money was going to a charity that was going to help Ukraine.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's I also did those ones as well.
Yep. I came across a new to me company called Good Wool Hunting.
Oh.
Have you heard of them?
No.
They're based in Wellington, and I just thought the name was fabulous.
Yeah.
And she had 20% off her Chow Gu products. And I've been humming and hawing about getting the little shorties.
Yeah.
So I did it. So I had already purchased the larger shorties, which is really for me. I'm actually amazed how much I use them. I use them a lot, but a lot for sleeves and for like when you start a garment and you're knitting top down and you're doing the neck and it's quite small. So I usually start on this and then transition into the larger ones. And recently I needed a size from this pack and I went, oh, okay, it finally is time for me to buy this. So I got this at 20% off. So yeah, if you haven't seen these before, they're little, so this is the minis one. So they're really tiny little cables. They're little wee tips. It's a set of tips in the 2 different sizes. So this is so cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you do the interchangeable one. Like I always get ones that are stuck together.
Yeah, no, I like the interchangeable because you can change it constantly throughout. Maybe it's my needing to mix things upness. But yeah, so it came with the cables, all the tips. Oh, the sizes in the minis are from, I think, 2 mil. 2 mil to 3.25. That's what I needed recently, 3.25. So the bigger ones are 3.5 to 5 or 6, maybe 5, I think. So yeah, so now I have the full set of them. So that was really good. And it comes with like little bits and anyway, they're really compact too.
What's your most used number?
I use 2.5 for socks. Shawl knitting, I use 375 or 4. 375 I use a lot. I have a lot of 375 ones, so probably 375 and 2.5. Yeah,
I have a lot of 275 and my socks that I do on 2s.
Right. I used to, when I started knitting socks, I was 275. So I've actually loosened up. Believe it or not, I used to be really.
It would take you forever because how would you get your needle in? It was so tight.
I don't know. That's just what I used to do, and so I've loosened up. So I've got a lot of 275 from my time where I knit 275 because you got to have more than one sock on the go. Right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, and so sorry. While I was purchasing that from Goodwill Hunting, I come across a new to me yarn. It's Opal 6-ply.
Oh.
Yep.
Like not.
So it's like a sport weight.
Like a. Oh.
Yeah. So I just thought that would be interesting to try.
Yeah.
And it took me ages to choose the color because I was only going to let myself buy one. But yeah, it's not very focused.
Oh, yes, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, nice.
Paradise, it's called.
Cool.
Yes, so I have bought a skein of yarn in my time when I wasn't going to buy yarn.
It's one skein and it's sock yarn.
One skein's okay.
It will get used. That
said, I have also signed up for the West Knits Yarn Along this year. So
what does a yarn along mean?
So it is 3 shawls. So I wasn't going to do it, okay, because I was like, I don't need more shawls. I don't need more yarn. Blah, blah, blah. And last year they sold out really quickly. So I did it in 20.
Oh, I remember you did one for your mum, didn't you?
Yeah, it was either 20, it must have been 2019 that I did it. I've got the afternoon sun coming in now. I did it in 2019 and I just loved it. It was fantastic. So you get 3 packages for 3 shawls and it's 3 pre-chosen colorways. Everyone gets the same thing. But the other thing about it is that you get the patterns and you can't actually buy the patterns for another 6 to 12 months. Like, they're not released to the public. So it's a bit exclusive, and you get a project bag and a patch to say, you know, I was part of the yarn along, blah, 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 all that shit. And little notioning bits. So I think the first time I got some of his bicycle stitch markers, which I love, they're really great. And I think I got a needle gauge or something. But anyway, so I wasn't going to do it. Last year I was going to do it, and it sold out.
Right.
So his releases, because he's in Amsterdam, his releases are at 4 a.m. our time, which I'm not going to get up at 4 a.m. to buy yarn I don't need.
But you got up at a normal time and it was still there.
That's right. So I was like, okay, it's meant to be. And it's like 3 days later, it was still there, available. And I'm like, I think I've been conned. No, I haven't been conned. It's just, I actually wonder, with the state of the world at the moment, if people are probably, in Europe in particular, maybe being a bit more careful about their spending. So I've signed up for that. Something I did really like about this year, the theme is collaboration. So his idea it's actually none of his yarn in it this year, which is quite interesting, because was kind of one of the things with the previous ones, that it was a way to get his yarn. And that's right, 2019 was the first year I actually got his yarn for the first time. I was like one of the first people in the world to have his yarn, his new yarn range, which now it's everywhere. So he's teamed up with 6 yarn dyers. So it's 6 different yarn dyers. So I'm supporting 6 yarn dyers across Europe.
Nice.
And it's actually, one of the patterns isn't even going to be from him this year.
Oh, wow.
It's by the Penelope, in the Stephen and Penelope.
Yeah.
So I thought that's actually quite nice. He's actually starting to, he's using this as a way to expand his influence, if you like, into other people.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I thought it was actually a lot nicer this year than.
So when did you get the first ones?
Not till May.
Oh, yeah.
Which is when I said I wouldn't buy yarn until.
Oh, there you go. It doesn't count then.
Totally counts. Anyway.
And I think that since we talked, because we talked on the night, but we haven't talked on this before, since we both got a book, and I forgot to bring mine.
Oh, yes, we did. Do you want me to pop out and grab mine?
Is your handy? Mine's not very.
No, it's all the way out there.
Yeah.
Next time.
Right. Next time. We'll talk about.
But yes, we both got a brioche.
You won and I bought.
Yeah, I know. I said, when I won it, I'd sent Jill a message and said, "Oh, I've won this book. I won it as part of the gift along."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I've just bought that book." So yeah. Maybe we'll have to have a brioche along.
Yes. I think there is one. I think she's doing one. Leslie Ann. Is it Leslie Ann Arnold? I can't remember the name.
I actually am terrible with names, so I can't remember. But I'm actually going to be casting on the Coffee and Jules sweater from that book.
Oh, nice.
Which is a fully brioche sweater.
Is that the one at the end that for experienced people?
No, it's not at the end. It's just the uppy downy one. So it's in the middle, but it's a whole garment of brioche. I'm going to cast it on this Friday for the Lupine knit along.
Oh, so Lupine's doing a knit along as well. I don't keep knit alongs.
Sweater weather.
Sweater
weather.
Maybe I could do one. What can I pick?
So it does have to be yarn purchased from her.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't do that then because I haven't done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did have like up to 40%, I think,
Yes.
of her
And
yarn.
I did have a look, but I'm trying not to buy yarn. Even though
Yeah.
stop in and buy some. Yeah.
So I've actually got a sweater's worth of yarn from her that I bought about 3 years ago.
Ah, cool.
So I thought I'd pull that out, and I'm sure that wasn't the purpose of her knit along. I'm sure she wants people to buy the sweater's worth of yarn now, but I've already given her the money for this sweater's worth. So yeah.
And I think as Jen's doing it, is it
The Dre Renee knits.
knit along as well?
Yeah, and she's going to join in the lupine one with that. Because it's the lupine knit along is a sweater's worth of yarn bought at her shop, and Jen's going to knit a lupine DRK sweater.
Yeah, cool.
I thought about doing that too, but I really want to knit this brioche sweater.
Cool. Oh, it's exciting.
So, you know, of all the, you've seen all the things I'm working on, and I'm just going to throw something else in.
Yeah. I'm feeling like I'm not making enough at the moment and that I haven't got enough on the go. Yeah. The black jersey doesn't count.
I do feel like I have too much on the go, but I also am not overly thrilled with any of it. So I feel like I need a really exciting project.
You know what? If I put my mind to it, I could have that black jersey finished by the end of the week. It's 1.5 sleeves.
Just set yourself a little deadline.
Really big needles.
There you go.
I know. I can't remember what it's called now. It was one of the ones that everyone was making at the time. I can't remember what pattern it is. But I just know sleeves. That's all I've got to do.
Yep.
Oh, I should just do it. I'll get a lot of use out of a black jersey, I'm sure.
Yep. I'm not really sure how to swatch for a brioche sweater. That's another thing.
Like, you just do a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. I don't even know if I will.
Whoa.
I might be daring.
Wow.
Brioche is so squishy and stretchy that it will cover all the sins.
Yeah. Very good.
I'm going to have to go because my throat is sore now.
Yeah. I made you talk all that time.
No, I saw you twisting my arm around my back the whole time. You all saw that, didn't you? She made me talk. This is my biggest problem. I go to work and I catch up with everybody, and I'm, you know, by mid-morning, I'm like, I can't talk anymore.
I'm exhausted from all that interaction and talking.
Yep.
I tell you what, my thing was this weekend wearing those N95 masks, which are all, you know, really tight across here, and like don't let any air in at all. And I'm sure I grew about 5 spots after the first day.
Yeah. Can you see all my spots at the moment?
No.
That's because I'm wearing masks all the time at work.
Mm.
And like I'm out in the plant next to 500 degree kilns going round, and I'm in a mask and a helmet and I'm in everything. My skin is not coping with these masks. We're not designed to wear masks, but it is the right thing at the moment.
No, absolutely, totally. No, I'm not complaining at all.
I think it's going to be the right thing to do for a very long time in terms of if you're ill, you wear a mask.
Yeah. And I mean, in a lot of the Asian countries, they've been doing it for years.
Yep, since the SARS epidemic.
Yeah. And also because of pollution and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, so just before we go, I'll tell you that we bought a veggie pod, and tonight I'm making pizza, and we're picking basil from the veggie pod, the basil that I'm growing.
That's fantastic. Well done.
I've been eating spinach as well.
Yum.
Yeah, so that's another thing that I'm making, but I'm not making because it's nature's making it.
Oh, you've got to tend it and
water it.
Yeah.
Remember to water. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
I've been doing a bit of sewing this
Oh.
fortnight as well, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it. We'll do a little sewing segment next time.
Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds like a good plan. Go take care of yourself. Take care of your boy.
Yeah.
Pineapple juice is really good for sore throats.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Really good.
I've just been drinking lots of tea and taking strepsils and Panadol and all the things.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
pineapple juice, good for sore throats.
Might have to get some.
Yes. Or get a fresh one and mush it up. Make what do you make? Fresh pineapple and rum with something?
I'm sure I need a pina
Cream.
colada.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've
Pina
been
coladas are
drinking-
really good for sore throat.
I've been drinking gin a lot lately, and 'cause in the tonic it has the quinine, and my husband's like, well, we can rule out malaria because you definitely don't have that.
Had enough tonic.
But I figure alcohol kills things, right? So it's got to be good for you. In moderation. All right. Ka kite.
I'm going ka kite. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.